Godi and Gawane with the topic encouraging directions, vocational training against tuition fee. በሚል ነው ቀድሞ የመጣውን እያደረግን እንሰጣለን። ማን ነው ያንተ ነው? እሺ
ቼክ እሺ አመሰግናለሁ። እንደምን አደራችሁ አረፈዳችሁ። በመቀጠል እኔ እዚህ ዛሬ አሁን ተገኝቼ የማቀርበው የአዳዳሌ ፖሊቴክኒክ ኮሌጅ ከጂአይዜድ ኤስሲዲአር ጋር የሰራነውን ስራዎች ምስክርነት ለመስጠትም ያክል እንደሆነ ይሰማኛል። ምክንያቱም በዚህ ሁለት ቀናት ያየነው ኮኦፕሬሽን፣ ኮኦርዲኔሽን ኤንድ ካፓሲቲ ቢልዲንግ የሚሉ ርዕሶች ላይ ነው ያለነው። ስለዚህ ይሄንን ሂደት በዋነኝነት ከዚህ በፊት ለ8 ዓመታት ከጂአይዜድ ጋር የሰራነው ስራ እንደ አንድ ውጤት ወይም ደግሞ እንደ አንድ መገለጫ ሆኖ ለማቅረብ ያስችላል ማለት ነው። ከዚህ አንጻር እንግዲህ እንደምታዩት የአዳዳሌ ፖሊቴክኒክ ኮሌጅ በአፋር ክልል የሚገኝ በአሳይታ ከተማ የሚገኝ ኮሌጅ ነው። ከጂአይዜድ ኤስሲዲአር ጋር ከ2015 እስከ 2022 በዚህ ጊዜ ውስጥ ከ13 ዙሮች በላይ በቤዚክ ማስኖሪ ትሬኒንግ ስልጠናዎችን ይህንንም ስልጠና በሁለት ከፍዬ ለማቅረብ ነው የሞከርኩት። ዓመታት ቆይታችን ውስጥ 9 ዙሮችን በአማካኝ 35 ሰልጣኞችን
we have on the average 35 trainees were given trainings on masonry. And there's also water speeding wear technology was organized so that we have also produced trainees. So more than 13,000 trainees have taken this knowledge of and this skill. So TVET and SDR has worked in the places where we also take our training on the right place of the water saving technology places. As I have told you so many times, rounds, we have taken trainings, and then we have given them a work opportunity for them. Basically, what is the short-time training? What brought me here is the thing that our college wants to tell you, that this short-term, non-formal training. I am going to say a little bit about that because our task is that one. And the second one is mainly on the conditions, on the context of our region, something that we have brought about big outcome. And the training modality is to have non-formal programs. But the thing is not properly achieved because this training modality or non-formal training, short training scheme needs to take the industrial situation of the area, and then again it has to be flexibility and cost effectiveness of it makes it to be chosen. As most of you who are here, they are non-governmental organization workers in this sector as a country and as a region and as an afar. We are trying our best to do things together, interlinked with our capacity building. So we haven't done lots of things not done on that we haven't done on human person or humanity. So if we don't do things on the person, things are futile. Therefore, we need short-term trainings because our area, the majority is quote unquote non-educated. So in order to give them training and then to give them proper skill, this short-term training modality is very essential. And for that, this training or training modality, which is we call it non-formal, when we provide it, we have to see lots of things. For instance, 3 things which you have mentioned, if we saw it properly, training provider and the stakeholders needs to be working together in an organized manner. If we do that, we can bring about this modality to the proper feasibility. And most resources, as you know, are things to be seen. So if we want these resources to put it on the community in our context, we need to map out our target group. Who are the training providers? We need to map it out again and again. The stakeholders need to be put in a proper manner. We have to see these 3 things so that our task should go down to the grassroots level and to the ground. Having said that, about the college, let me say a little thing, but let me avoid that, and then let me go to the final slide because you don't have much time. So let me talk about cost and revenue. This is the main thing. So in this short training, our youngsters are unemployed, and then we need to rectify or solve the problem of unemployment. We need resources for that. So in this training modality again of the non-formal training, if we work concentrating on that, we can bring about also revenues. And then we can also give certain revenues for teachers and others. And those who come for trainings, the cost covers only, but the formal and the informal, otherwise the non-formal part is avoided. Therefore, the NGO part who are in this participatory meeting, please come and then be investing on these trainings so that we can have productive youngsters, and the government is giving incentives to certain areas, but it's very simple. It goes on only to the regular budget. It doesn't assist the employment and then skill development. Therefore, your assistance is expected. Finally, the things which we have done with GIZ for this basic and then the water spreading, where we combine these technologies and to work those, we were independent. And now, for the second time in LDR Orada, we are training them now. So when you give them training, the first thing is LDR theory. In our part, we mostly work on practical things instead of theory, so that the training should go to the basic math, which the little theory training about the basic masonry skills are being given. Because for this use, it might give them a certain opening of job opportunities. Sometimes they can go to assist skilled masons and get income. So we want to assist in that situation. So we give the training for 60 days. And with an additional 35 days, what the college has specialized this and capacity built was the water steering wear is something that we are selling it and getting income. This by itself gets its own finance, and then it's the engineer's cost was also included, and in general, basic training, and then water spinning skill was developed, and finally there is a situation that there will be a graduate from that training. And finally, with this skill, they will go and try to get their own private job, and this opportunity is formed for them. Through this opportunity, then in the future we are going to organize them, and through the finance they are accumulated, we are going to make them to go to the higher level. We've done things, and in this conference today, of those who were in the first round, so it's something that we built by ourselves, and there are trainers who have graduated, and then they have created their own job. They are here in between us, and I leave the podium for them. Thank you.
extra time ቢሆን ሰጥተን እናያለን።
Because these are practical, we can even give extra time because they are demonstration. When we have a community come, we can't just actually we need to stand up and put our hands together for them. To be an energizer.
Because they are camera shy.
ሻይናፋር ስለሆኑ ካሜራ ጋር
I'm going to yeah, because they are camera shy. They told me
ትንሽ ካሜራ ፊት አይናፋር ስለሆኑ
works on their behalf. So they would like to thank GIZ for coming here to stand in front of such distinguished guests. They are honored to be here. It was a great experience. Even flying is from Samara to Addis. It was a scary experience, for them. So they would like to thank GIZ for this opportunity, and in particular, Dr. Elizabeth and GIZ, and they got masonry training in at Dadale, and they practiced masonry training. They have now, before they got this experience, they told me they used to be watchers, like stand buyers. They used to be means we used to be stand buyers, like for whatever job opportunity that used to come, because they didn't have skill. Now they have skill. Before that, they used to be simply working as daily laborers for very minimum wage. Now they have skill. They have all the equipment, as you can see, with full attire. I don't see their eye goggles, but we have they have their safety with their safety shoe. They are now proud. Now they are working in road construction activity between Elidar and Asab, as masons, with very good payment. So they are saying thank you very much for GIZ and for this experience.
دكتور كا قدم بولو ممكن هني هبتيتن تاما بريتو قدم قد هبتيتي قحسها نلك بكو
አንዴ ሰብሰብ አድርገህ ትልናለህ ይበለውና ጨርሶ አድርገህ
ያሉትን ነው እንደገና መልሼ የምደግመው. We like to thank Dr. Elizabeth from the beginning. It started in zone 4, and now Elidar got the chance, and we like to thank Dr. Elizabeth for this opportunity.
You want them to say something? What they are doing? Yeah, say a few words. Okay. Okay, then let me say a few things. We started developing first the content and how to set it up, the masonry training, starting with there where we are in the communities, with people not having had a chance to go to school, to learn, to come, to join into another economy, which in Ethiopia is available, if they've seen now also. So we started there, working together with the other dialect college, and what can we do, how can we do it in a way that they can join in. That was the first step. And now the second step, what we are doing, that is now, and we have had now 4 trainings, the 5th training is ongoing over 3 institutions, colleges, linking the community, the college, and a Voreda, where the practical work is done. And that training, because everything costs money, we might realize it or not, everything costs money. We calculated how much is it to train for 6 weeks a young, interested person, so that this person can later on go and look for a job. These are the tuition fees, what we calculated, covering all the different costs which are coming with it. And that is now the next step. GIZ is supporting in developing that system, and I hope very, very much that the big programs, the big funding possibilities which we have here, like from the LLRP or DRSLP or Dr. Tip or PSMP or whoever, that they, in case that they want to go into capacity development of communities, that they can join in and say, okay, this year we are also paying for 10 students, for 100 students to get trained. And then that training is there. The training is there for basic masonry, the training is there for nursery management, the training is there for other soil and water conservation technologies, and at the moment, that in Somali and in Afar region. To be discussed, how to go on. But first of all, you may clap in 1 minute. Thanks such a lot that you have been coming, and it is a very emotional moment for me. Thank you so much. Get again.
በአውሮፕላን ሲመጡ ያው እንግዲህ ፈርተዋል ብላችኋል። የነሱ አውሮፕላን ያው እዛ ጋ ኃይለኛ አውሮፕላን ያ በራውን የማይፈራ በምድርም በምንም። Thank you, Dr. Elizabeth, the team, and the presenter as well. Interesting presentation. So we'll continue to the second, yeah? We will continue to the second presentation. So we will give 5 minutes critical summary because 3 TVETs are presenting almost similar stuff. So don't go to the background. Try to use 5 minutes, maximum 10 minutes. Are you coming? የትኛው ነው አሁን የሚያቀርበው? ጎዴ? ጎዴ. Who is the presenter from ጎዴ? Yeah. ጊዜው ጠዋት ላይ ትንሽ ስለሄደብን ጠር ታደርግልናለህ። በአብዛኛው ብዙ ነገር ተመሳሳይ ስለሆነ የሚሰጡት ካሪኩለሞቹ ምኑ እንደናንተ ጋር በተለይ ከኮስት ጋር ተያይዞ ትሬኒንግ ላይ ያለችውን ፎከስ አድርገህ ታቀርብልናል በዚች
Good morning, everybody. I'm very happy. I'm glad to stand in front of you. And I'm called Abdifara Muhammad. I'm Gode Polytechnic College Dean, and I want to present on behalf of my college. So, Gode Polytechnic College is located somewhere there in Somali region, far from Jijiga town, 620 kilometers far from Jijiga. This Polytechnic College is providing different departments of skill. Ongoing programs are content and enrollment, There are two programs, long-term training and short-term training program with total number of students. So we are every time hosting different students. Most of them are regular and some of them are short-term training. These short-term training are getting from the town without something, or some are giving us funded by some sectors like job creation opportunities office in Somali region, that a good town and office, and SOS NGO, international NGOs, also GIZ and Save the Children. So in agriculture sector, we provide 5 departments both for long-term and short-term training. That's why animal production, crop production, natural resource management, animal health, and agricultural cooperative. Other sectors we provide are the following 7 departments both for long-term and short-term training program: construction, surveying, water supply system distribution, buildings, electric installation, furniture making, general metal fabrication assembly, ICT. Last but not least, we provide only a short-term training for the following departments: garment, beauty salon, cell phone maintenance, driving lessons. The total number of the long-term students active now is 543, 399 male and 144 female. That's a long-term. The total number of the short-term active is 140, 92 male, 48 female. Experience, enrollment opportunities created, short-term trainings. There are a lot of employment opportunities we had created, and they are mercenary training, beauty salon, garment, electricity, short onion and tomato production, nursery establishment, ruminant fattening, poultry production, honey production, ICT, cell phone maintenance, furniture making, GFMA, and driving lessons. This is long training. There are a lot of employment opportunities we had created, and they are crop production, animal health, natural resources. Most of them, these are now, most of them, 80% are government employees, governmental, and some sectors like private sectors employees. Some of these graduated from our college are created self-reliant. They are producing crop production. Some of them, they are fattening small ruminants. So experience connecting with the main lowland program is Gode Boltini College, located in lowland areas along Shabelle River. Moreover, the West Gode Dam, which irrigates more than 2,000 hectares. Thus, the following programs are fit for these areas, and they are field crop production, cash crop production like onion, tomato, citrus production, natural resource management, and animal production. In the other hand, there are a lot of water and wind erosion that can be managed by using physical erosion control and biological erosion control to improve pastoralist, agro-pastoralist livelihood. Okay. Beyond this, Gode Boltini College, located in the second largest town of the Somali region, which is highly populated. Due to this population, there are a demand for following occupational skills for job creation: cell phone maintenance, driving license, garment, beauty salon, furniture making, GFMA, poultry production, onion and tomato production, fruit nursery establishment, construction finishing, and ICT. This is decoration, payment making, something like this. So that's we created. Reflection, strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats. Strengthen presence of the experienced trainers who possess the competence of the occupation. Internationally and locally benchmark curriculum we have. Internationally benchmark methodology and practice in delivering quality training. Availability of different training workshops, availability of enough classrooms, availability of trainees dormitory. There is allocated considerable fixed amount of operational budget for the college, big number of youth in the region. Also, there's opportunity because, weakness, limited in mobilizing to attain in TVET skills. Shortage of startup capital or materials for TVET graduates, trainees for self-employment creation. Limited financial operation to produce a lot of different skilled trainees to struggle for unemployment habits. Shortage of some training materials. Weakness. Limited opportunity. Okay, we shared this one. I think there are a lot of young youths, youngsters, those can learn professional skills in short-term form or regular form programs to get a job to improve their livelihood standard, their life standard. There are so many grade 10 and 12 completers, trainees in the region that needs to be trained in different occupational skills by different levels. There are a lot of opportunity to collaborate with local and international NGOs, private companies, and governmental stakeholders, as well as to industry sectors. Through collaboration with other international donors, institutions, and supporting agencies, scholarship for short-term training can be organized several river across the Gode town that have potential to irrigate millions of hectares. Treaties. The belief that TVET graduates is secondary to that of the graduates of the university. When you compare society in ambition for the white-collar job for their children, limited awareness at the different levels of the society, the importance of the TVET and skills, many stakeholders involved in activities, and there is resistance over the roles. Okay, these are pictures tell about what we do there. Pictures illustrated over all of our work. Kayana water weir breeding funded by GIZ, SDR. One of the practical session training, water breeding weir of Masan trainees funded by GIZ. Masan training funded by GIZ. We trained basic masonry training, 30 persons funded by okay. So here is the trainees who is taking the practical. This is the graduation ceremony. Dr. Esrabat is giving the certificate. Corporation trainees in practical session. Okay, go down. Corporation trainees taking the practical session. This is banana corporation. Some of our trainees graduated from us and then created onion. College trainees providing a community service, animal health. They are giving the community. Okay.
I think ሌሎቹ ያሉትን ስዕሎች
Okay.
ሼር ስለምናደርግ ይበቃ እናመሰግናለን።
Thank you.
ይበቃናል።
Thank you.
በጣም ጥሩ ነው ያቀረበልን። ልክ በዚሁ ኢነርጂ ሳንአቋርጥ ወደ ገዋኔው ፕሬዘንቴሽን ነው የምንሄደው። ጊዜያችን በጣም ሌት ነን እየሄድን ስለሆነ ከገዋኔ የሚመጣው እሱ በ5 ደቂቃ ነው ያልከኝ አይደለ? እንዲ ገዋኔኛ ከበታችን ስለሆነ ፈጣንስ ነን ገዋኔ ምን አለ ኦኬ አልደረሰም እንዴ? ኦኬ በጣም አመሰግናለሁ። Thank you very much. እዛ ጋር ሆን ይቻላል ወይ እዚህ ጋር? Okay. For this dream conference, the main objective of the conference is cooperation, coordination, and capacity building. So on the short-term training, we have delivered the SM as well as nursery. Both the cooperated and the coordinated organizations are JZ SDR Ethiopia. So we would like to thank Dr. Elizabeth, Mr. Atom Masfan, Mr. Biniam, and Mr. Jamal, all the JZ team for their best cooperation and coordination. So all that you look both the coordination and cooperation between Gawani College and JZ SDR. And this is the initial place which is
Hyatt Regency. So all the documents are prepared here. All the agreements are made here. So based on this agreement, the initial phase is agreement. Then based on the agreement, Boland, Mr. Mohammed Hussein, I would like to appreciate and I would like to thank them because for any problems and any things, he was with us. And so based on the agreement, Boland screened all the students, the trainees. So based on that, we give orientation for the trainees and also we discussed on them. So based on the payment system, one of the family photo of the dry stone trainees as well as the nursery trainees are here. So the training system has two parts, the theory part as well as the practical part. As you look, the DSN training, trainees are taking the theory part as well as the practical training. And finally, the output, the Ministry of Agriculture, Extension General Directorate at Ogrumami, also I would like to thank them. They came at graduation time and they promised to work with them and they give direction. This is the output of the dry stone measure. So this is the nursery theoretical part. Please continue. So this is the theoretical part as well as the practical part of nursery training. And this is the output of the nursery trainees. So besides to the training, the adult literacy are also provided for the community who came from the different, the trainee has DAs as well as community. So we provide the adult literacy for the community. Generally, the graduation ceremony for both are delivered on October 3. This is the success story of Jibril because he is the first taking training of nursery in our college. So he is providing, we provide seedlings and he produces papaya, moose and so on his own hectare. Now he is a young millionaire. So I would like to appreciate him also. The another project we are making is the action research trial. This is Mr. Peter. So we call him the father of Moringa. So I would like to thank him, Mr. Peter. Also, please give your hand to Mr. Peter. So this action research, Moringa has Moringa oleifera and Moringa stoniptella as animal feed. So please continue. This is the agreement part. So this is the land preparation we made for the action research. So please continue. This is the seed preparation and treatment. Yeah. So this is the pre-irrigation, sowing and mulching system of the research. Please continue. The watering and weeding of the systems and the current status of Moringa oleifera and Moringa stoniptella. I'm not explaining about Moringa because you know Moringa in detail. So this is the goat house and the goat under quarantine. Now the goats are salivating. So they are under the quarantine system. If anyone who have interest even to provide training on this Moringa, we are happy. We are happy to work with you. So thank you very much.
ቃሉን የጠበቀው ስለዚህ ቶሎ ጨርሶልናል thank you very much this is a new style of presentation as well all in picture ማየት ማመን ነው ሺ ቃል ከሚናገረው አንድ ፎቶ የሚናገረው ይበልጣል የሚባለውን ያው ካስተማሪ ነው የተማርነው እንግዲህ አስተማሪዎች ጎበዞች ናቸው ስለዚህ አሁን we are going to break for tea but before that come on don't panic አይዞሽ ስለዚህ አሁን እስካሁን ብዙ የቀረቡ አሉ አንድ ሶስት ሰዎችን ወስደን ሪፍሌክሽን ብንሰማ ከዛ ወደ ሻይ እንወጣለን እና አንድ ደቂቃ እናደርግላችሁና ብዙ we have heard a lot of presentations so we will have a group discussion for an hour in the afternoon late afternoon also we'll have a panel discussion we have people working in this sector we can ask them questions we can reflect as well we'll have more discussion but in the morning we want to hear more what is going on practically and what are also the practical experiences from what has been done so far with the GIZ team as well. So I will give one from this side, another from the middle side, another from the right side. And then I'm going to start not from the left side, from the right side. I'm going to be biased to my colleague Tahir. Sorry.
Thank you. Thank you. My name is Tahir, as Dubale said. I'm from USAID. I come from the education sector, so I have sent some, some lessons that I can share with you. One is, I think, we were only talking about technical skills, maybe up to now. But I think it's very important that we have to remember about what is now called soft skills. Things that are really important for everyone to actually grab the job, maintain it, and grow. For example, most people, if you ask an electrician or a plumber to deliver something on time, have you always get those services on time? No. Why? Because there is something that is missing in there. And this is about like being honest, managing his or her time well, and actually understand the customer needs, and maintaining that relationship is very important. So I think what we do at USAID is really in terms of delivering this kind of skills, which we often call maybe work readiness or soft skills. Those are really important. They have to know about planning, about setting goals, about understanding what is really going well. The other thing is, I think for the TVETs, often I think you don't face the market. Honestly, you don't face the market. You are focused on the curriculum that is already developed. በአማርኛ ላውራ? Do you prefer? ይኸውላችሁ ብዙውን ጊዜ ኮርሶች ሲዘጋጁ ምንድን ነው የሚሆነው? አንዴ የተጻፈ ኮርስ ብዙ ጊዜ ይቆያል።
You've written a curriculum, you take it through the classes, but with the technical colleges, if this culture continues, it's going to be very dangerous. What the students need, what the trainees need, is something that needs to prepare them for the market. So the person and the market need to be introduced to one another. So the market will always be eager when you prepare trainees according to their expectation. Then the market will grow. So the demand and supply will be met very well. When will this happen? When the demand and the supply match. So please focus on those things. I'll give my comments later. Thank you. Thank you, Tahir.
እሺ አመሰግናለሁ። ሙዘሚል አደም እባላለሁ ከኦሮሚያ ክልል ባሌ ዞን ስፔሻሊ ለሆላንድ ኤሪያ ላይ ነው የመጣሁት። እንግዲህ በቅድሚያ እንደዚህ አይነት ትሬኒንግ ላይ ለመሳተፍ እድል ስላገኘን የፕሮግራሙን አዘጋጆች ከልብ ላመሰግን ፈልጋለሁ። ምክንያቱም ምንድነው እንደዚህ አይነት ትልቅ ኮንፈረንስ ስፔሻሊ ለሆላንድ ኤሪያ ላይ ላለነው ትልቅ ኤክስፒሪየንስ ኢቭን ከሙያ አንፃርም ኢቭን ስቴጁ ራሱ እንደዚህ መካፈል ለኛ ትልቅ ጉጉት ይፈጥርብናል ማለት ነው። በመቀጠል ደግሞ በቲቪቲ ላይ ቅድም በተነሱት ሌክቸሮች ላይ እጅግ በጣም ደስ የሚሉ ሎላንድ ኮሚኒቲዎችን ያሳተፉ ናቸው። እጅግ በጣም ሊበረታታ የሚገባ ነው ማለት ነው። በዚህ አጋጣሚ እኔ እዚህ ስቴጅ ላይ ላመሰግናቸው ፈልጋቸው እንትኖች አሉ ባለድርሻ አካላት ስፔሻሊ ፍሮም ዞስ ኤስዲአር ኢትዮጵያ እንዲሁም ኤስዲአር አፋር ላይ የሚሰሩ ፐርሰናሊ እነ ዶክተር ኤልዛቤትን ጀማል ኑር እንዲሁም ደግሞ አድዳሌ ቲቪቲ ኮሌጅን እጅግ ከልቤ ለመሰግን ፈልጋለሁ። ቅድም እዚህ ማሰን ትሬኖች እዛ ፊት ለፊት ወጥተው በጣም ኢሞሽናል የሚያደርግ አይነት ስሜት ነው። ምክንያቱም ምንድነው እኛም እንደ አጋጣሚ ሆኖ ከኦሮሚያ ክልል ለመጀመሪያ ጊዜ እኔ በግሌ 10 ሎካል ኮሚኒቲዎችን ለማሰን ትሬኒንግ ወደ አድዳሌ ኮሌጅ ይዤ ሄጄ ነበር። ምንም አይነት እነዛ ሰዎች ሊትሬት ናቸው። ከዚህ በፊት የቀለም ትምህርትም የላቸውም የሙያ ትምህርትም ያልነበራቸው ወደ ኮሌጁ ሄደን ለ42 ቀናት በ20 ቀን አድዳሌ ቲቪቲ ኮሌጅ 20 ቀን ደግሞ ኦንሳይድ ካድዋል ላይ ትሬን አድርገን ነበር። በጣም የሚገርም ለውጥ ነው እነዛ ላይ ያየ ነው ማለት ነው። እና
on the trainings
እንደዚህ አይነት ፕሮግራሞች ቢቀጥሉ
This kind of programs need to continue,
ባለድርሻ አካላት እነዚህን ነገሮች
especially stakeholders.
ለውላንድ ኤሪያዎችን ብትወስዱ
If you come to the Bali zone, lowland community, it is the same as the Somali and the Afar. It's drought. Both the East Valley and mainland Valley, there's a lot of drought. I don't want to make it longer. What I would like to say is, these programs that are being done in the lowland, those that are focused on the TVT, we would like to have them in our region also. What we saw in Afar, and when we compare to the Oromia, at least we have the farmers are able to cope up with any kind of training because they have somewhat background. So capacity building and market linkage works need to be done. I would like to propose to ask this to request. Yeah, you raised the rest of your questions. I'll make it short. I will not say much. On the pastoral community, what we're seeing nowadays is very concerning. The population is growing significantly. When you go to from the center to the pastoral, today if you go to Moyale to Abello, the pastoral community is missing its direction. When you go to Borna, Abello, with Bajaj, with carts, there are people who have migrated there that are using it. We don't find the pastoral community in that area that much. Sometimes we talk about South Africa because the indigenous community could be a little bit, will go backward, and then the new people that come in the region will flourish, and this could create tension between these two communities. Even if we are citizens of one country, because of this gap and difference, it can create unnecessary distraction. Many people migrate to these towns for jobs. Right now there is drought and the community has lost their resources, so they're going to migrate to the cities. If they don't get skills, if we don't find a quick answer to this, it can be a creator. Even all this that we're talking about here needs to be done. It needs to scale up. It needs to be scaling up. There is a yellow light we're seeing. There's a warning light we're seeing on the pastoral community. Thank you. I had also mentioned this earlier. This training needs to be done based on a job market research. So the TVTs also need to adopt this research into their curriculum. Earlier, the Chichiga, our brother from Chichiga was mentioning it. It needs to empower the local community. It needs to give priority to them. We need to see the resource in the region and the area. When it comes to እነዚህ ሰዎች ብዙ ስልጠና መስራት ይችላሉ። በጣም ዘርፈ ብዙ የሆነ አቅም ግንባታ መሰጠት ይኖርበታል። ይሄ ህይወታቸውን ማስተዳደር መቀየር እንዲችሉ ይረዳቸዋል። Now we're going to go for tea. They're telling us, please, it's cooling down. Come. We have group work for about an hour. We will give chances for more conversation. What time should